My name's Lenai Alexis Wilkerson, and I've been doing ballet for 23 years.
My name is Jhaelin, and I've been dancing ballet since I was 12 years old.
My name is Salomé, and I've been dancing at Cincinnati Ballet since I was 3 years old.
My name is Simone, and I've been doing ballet for about 12 years.
My name is Scott. I've been doing ballet. This is going on my 9th year.
Hello, my name's Amber Harper. I've been dancing since I was 4 years old, and I've been training with Cincinnati Ballet since I was 8.
What's your name and how long have you been doing ballet?
The beginning of my journey was actually the most important part because I grew up dancing around other dancers who looked like me in a program that was specifically for young African American dancers. So I feel like my journey had a very strong, rooted start. And as I progressed, there were less people who looked like me. There were less institutions that were as accepting of dancers of color.
It hasn't always been rainbows and sunshine. As a black ballerina, I faced a lot of discrimination growing up in my training. And luckily I had a very supportive family that inspired me to lean towards the avenues that provided access for ballerinas that looked like me.
There's been its ups and downs. I would say ultimately, especially in the ballet world, it's trying to fit in since it's so specific. That being said, of course you get praise, especially as being a male. It's probably a lot different than being a woman. So I've gotten ample amount of opportunities to go different places, but at the same time, it's also been a difficult battle.
I think it's very important to have representation when you have like a dream that you hold very close to your heart, because the more representation that you see, it makes your dream seem more like an attainable goal rather than a fantasy of some sort.
I knew that I loved to dance and that it was something that I wanted to take on in the future, but to not see anybody that looked like me at the time kind of made it hard for me to believe that I could do it. Because people can tell you that you're amazing, people can tell you that you're good and that you have everything going for you, but if you don't see someone in that position that you want to be, and you never do, it kind of puts this kind of feeling of doubt over you.
Having to walk so that others could run behind me and further generations has just been a trope for me. So I think that my journey has been filled with a bit of hardship, but a lot of reward.
Who was your role model?
Growing up, I would say my role model was Misty Copeland because that was the first time I ever saw a dancer with my color skin, with my body type, just succeeding on stage.
I've had a couple role models. Growing up, I started training at Debbie Allen Dance Academy. I would say she was one of the biggest role models for me in that time, just because not only was she a phenomenal dancer, but she's a phenomenal businesswoman. I feel like she never got stuck or stagnant in one place. Like she took this branch of dance and brought it to film, brought it to musicals.
I had a few. I would say Joseph Sissons, which he's from the Royal Ballet. So I've looked up to him since probably I was like 16, and also Eric Underwood as well.
Oh, I have many role models. One in particular has always been Jeanette Delgado. Also Lauren Anderson, also Ashley Murphy. Many ballerinas that, when faced with discrimination, have had to thrive and have done so in their careers and persevered in a way that is just so admirable.
Growing up, I really didn't have anyone to watch or kind of look up to because at the time that I was in the academy, no one that looked like me was in the company.
I didn't specifically have a role model that I looked up to when I was really getting into ballet. When I was Clara, though, I was able to sort of be a role model for little girls like me in that audience.
I'm so proud to be a part of the legacy that is the Black ballerina, especially here at Cincinnati Ballet, and to stand in a place where there are going to be so many others that look like me and have similar physical makeup, and maybe not, you know. That's the beauty in having so many of us here.
It's almost empowering to see another person of color in class with you, because it's like, wow, like despite all the noise, we made it here and we're doing this, we're putting in the work, we're here together, and let's make some magic and let's inspire the next generation.
It feels like community, and it feels like a rich community of people who understand your background and where you're trying to go. And I feel like we offer one another so much great advice and insight into our own journeys, and it feels wonderful to have that sense of connection and community.
It's nice to see that there's representation, and to just know that there are people like that look like me that can just say that we also can do this as well, and it's a thing that's for everyone.
It's nice to have more color in our company than previous years. I think that we still have a ways to go.
Okay, yeah. When I see these young Black dancers, I always reach out to them. I always say hi to them. I always smile at them. Just anything to know or to show them that they're seen. Because I feel like, especially as a Black ballet dancer, the main thing that we feel sometimes is that we aren't seen.
Especially young dancers of color need to understand that they do have agency and they do have a voice, and it does matter how they feel, what they experience. Like, they need to know it's okay to speak up for yourself. It's okay to be uncomfortable and to speak up.
Lean into the fact that you are so unique, you are so beautiful, you deserve to be there.
Never forget the joy. Never forget joy dance brings you.
Just work and go in the studio and put in the time and the commitment and the dedication, and your work will pay off.